Welcome to the online series presented by the Office of Career and Leadership Development. This presentation is about getting out there and networking. We will discuss how to build professional connections both online and in person through networking. Overall, we will be covering the events our office is hosting this semester, tips for success, how to prepare for networking, how to introduce yourself through an elevator pitch, and finally, how to follow up. The objectives are to help you become more comfortable interacting with alumni and professionals. I want you to learn more about LinkedIn and how to increase your network by 10%. We will talk about Handshake so you will know how to use it for virtual fairs, and lastly, how to prepare for networking. We have a number of fairs we are hosting online this semester. Our career fairs will be hosted through Handshake, and our Connections events will be held via AirMeet. Details about the Connections can be found in Handshake under the Events section with an additional URL to AirMeet. Any questions regarding the career fairs can be directed to the email tcnjcareerevents@tcnj.edu, and questions about the Connections events can be directed to Deborah Clokas at clokasd@tcnj.edu. For the purpose of this presentation, I am focusing on 3 tools for online networking. The first of these is Handshake. Handshake is available to all TCNJ students and alumni. You may log in at tcnj.joinhandshake.com. Please do not create an account. The Handshake system is single sign-on, which means you use the same username and password as all your TCNJ accounts. On this slide, you will see 2 links. The first is a set of instructions about how to sign up for virtual fair sessions. During virtual fair sessions, you may choose 2 options to interact with employers during the career fairs. One is in a group session and the other is in a one-on-one session. The second link will take you through tips on how to effectively participate in a virtual fair. The second platform that we are utilizing this semester for Connections events is AirMeet. This additional tool simulates an in-person networking event. There are virtual tables for a total of 8 people per table to network. There is also a chat feature similar to what we see on Google Meet and Zoom. The chat feature allows you to send out a comment or question to all attendees or have one-on-one chats with an individual. AirMeet allows the opportunity to network with alumni, employers, and fellow students. The third platform that I want to highlight is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is often mentioned when it comes to online networking, but how to actually use LinkedIn is hardly mentioned. First, it is important to create an engaging LinkedIn profile. Be sure to include a clear headshot on your profile. This signifies to people that you are active on LinkedIn. Also include information in all areas of your profile. The stronger the profile score is, the better. A complete profile assists you in being noticed by recruiters and other professionals. After you've completed your profile, you will want to connect with people. These connections should be intentional. It is not about the quantity of connections, but the quality. Focus on connecting with your personal network, family, friends, parents of friends, TCNJ faculty and staff. Linking with this group will lead you to more professionally relevant connections. Please refer to the link for Building Your Networking to learn steps to finding TCNJ alumni on LinkedIn. LinkedIn Learning is another great resource for gaining tips on successful networking. You may access LinkedIn Learning through the TCNJ Today page. You will need to use your TCNJ single sign-on and your LinkedIn account sign-on information. Now that we know the platforms to use for networking, let's focus on how to best connect with people. We know networking can be intimidating. Everyone, professional representatives and students, find it a little awkward. Think about any situation where you were meeting someone for the first time. You're nervous. They are nervous. This is very natural, but don't let it hold you back. Get over the nerves first by having a plan and being prepared. When you register for a fair or connections event, plan by referring to the attendee list. Who are the professional representatives, and can you see the other attendees? Who are you interested in talking to? New professionals or other attendees, such as upper class students. Prepare by updating your resume, research the company, learn if there are any open positions. As you are preparing for an event, you also need to be sure your video and audio connections are working. Check these settings so to avoid any technical difficulties while attending the event. It is helpful to be a member of clubs and organizations such as professional memberships. Being part of activities on campus gives you exposure to new information which may lead to conversation topics when networking or help you find the right profession. Current events are also helpful with conversation topics, as well as just understanding the world and how it may be impacting your industry. Currently, there are many virtual information sessions posted in Handshake under events. I highly recommend attending information sessions, whether they are online or in person. Even if you aren't particularly interested in the organization, you never know what you might find out. Plus, you will start to understand what information companies highlight, so you know what to look for in the organization that is right for you. It is vital in any networking situation to manage your time. You want to be sure that you are able to speak to all the employers who you planned to meet. If you go to a networking event with a friend, that is great to give each other encouragement. But do both yourselves a favor, and when the event starts, go in your own direction. Meet the employers you each want to meet, then check in after the event. You may want to begin your networking by first meeting with an employer who may not be directly related to your field. As you become more comfortable with the networking format, then go to talk to the employer you are most interested in. This way, you've gained more confidence and familiarity with the process. It is like warming up for a musical performance or an athletic event. Understand that even though the event is online, you still need to dress professionally. Especially for online events, you need to think about your camera placement, so there is a nice balance of your upper body and your head. You want to be sure what the professional is seeing is proportional. Also, be aware of the lighting in the room. You don't want light to wash you out. In any situation, good eye contact is very important. It signifies that you are listening and are engaged. Be sure to have your camera on when seated at a table so the professional knows you are fully present for the conversation. Nonverbal communication is also very important, from smiling to nodding your head. These are additional ways to show you are listening. When talking or asking a question, stay on topic. Or if you change the topic, acknowledge that you want to move the conversation in a different direction with a new question. Previously, I mentioned updating your resume. You also want to be sure your social media accounts are updated. Be sure the images and messaging are portraying your best self. You may also use social media and YouTube to gain information about the organizations you are interested in learning about. Follow them and keep up to date with your industry. Be sure within the first 24 hours after the event that you follow up with the people you spoke with. Even if you aren't so sure that you are interested in the company, this is just good etiquette. You are letting the person know that you appreciate the time they gave to speak with you. You can share what you enjoyed learning about their organization, and you can even share why you continue to be interested in the organization, especially if you're looking to intern or work there. This message doesn't have to be long, but it does go a long way. When you are networking, turn off any distractions: cell phone, email, television, video games. Close other website tabs or opened programs. You should not be eating during a networking event, but it is acceptable to have a drink such as a water. Be sure to offer your resume or LinkedIn profile URL in the chat feature. Collect the representative's contact information. Get their email address and possibly telephone number. Find them on LinkedIn and write a note to them there. Before leaving the conversation when networking, say a quick thank you and then move to the next representative you planned to meet. Remember, you need to manage your time, so don't get caught talking to one person. Lastly, be sure through all these conversations you are taking notes. This will help you keep information organized so you can refer to it later. As previously mentioned, preparation is vital to success at networking events. Have a plan as to whom you want to talk to. Research the company so you have questions prepared and it shows your genuine interest. When sitting at a table or approaching a person, be the first attendee to introduce yourself and say hello. Know your elevator pitch and keep up those active listening skills. What exactly is an elevator pitch? It is the introduction you give if you were on an elevator and only had a very short amount of time to make a good first impression. This is about a minute in length and should include your name, major, class year, a piece of information that highlights how you have been active in the classroom or outside the classroom, as well as something that may connect you to the organization or the industry. Don't forget, examples of an elevator pitch can be found on LinkedIn Learning. As you are wrapping up your conversations at a networking event, politely ask for the representative's contact information. Share your LinkedIn URL in the chat feature. Follow up by attaching your resume in a thank you email. Within the first 24 hours after the event, you should also take a moment to create a spreadsheet or document that will organize the contact information of the representatives, as well as compile notes about what they said. Then apply to available positions on Handshake or the company's website, if you are interested. This concludes the presentation on getting out there, tips for networking online and in person. I hope you found the information helpful and maybe a refresher to things you already knew. Good luck as you prepare to meet the wonderful professional representatives attending our online events this semester. Be sure to follow the Office of Career and Leadership Development on Instagram and other social media platforms. We are offering online appointments this semester if you're interested. Find more information on our website and in Handshake. Thank you.